Hey folks, this is Dawn Duncan, the Grant Geek Diva, coming to you from just north of Boston, Massachusetts on September 12th, 2024. So I have decided that I want to start doing more videos on my Grant Geek Diva website or YouTube channel. And on data and things like that. I did one a few weeks ago on immigration data where I kind of just did a broad overview of immigration data. But after the interesting stuff that was surfaced at the debate on Tuesday, mostly mostly all false stuff about this Haitian immigrants stuff. Anyway, I thought, oh, I'll take a little time and just go through some information about Haitian immigrants in the United States. So here's a fact sheet on Haitian immigrants in the United States. And this was developed in April of this year. And I like how this article gives us some historical some context for what happens, because it's always important to say everybody gets into this, whatever their weird arguments, and they just jump into this like racist BS and bashing people and making stuff up. It's ridiculous. But they don't think about the broader context. So let's think about immigration in this country. Well, one, the whole country is immigrants, unless you're Native American. And I do have some indigenousness, so I have some Native American history. But I also have other Scottish, Polish, English, various other things. So anyway, I digress. But let's be real that this whole country is immigrants. So that's kind of the underlying starting point. And then you've got the way immigration works in this country, that there's always immigrants coming in for many different reasons, whether it's people coming in with work visas or coming in with student visas or coming in with lottery things from other countries where somebody wins the immigration lottery and comes here, whether people are coming over the border in Mexico, etc. So let's look at Haiti for example, and this talks about how political turmoil in Haiti has increased a potential surge in migration from that country to the U.S. Even before this, though, this is just things I know from kind of past things I've looked at. So this is subjective, not objective based on the facts, but just knowing that, well, everybody's heard of like the earthquake in Haiti years ago. And I live in the Boston area. And with the work I do, I know a lot of people who are Haitian, who, by the way, are all lovely, hardworking, like wonderful people. I've never met anybody who's Haitian that I like had any issue with whatsoever. So anyway. And then there's a lot of people who are citizens who were born in the U.S. whose parents were from Haiti, or something like that. So the point is, there's a lot of Haitians. Haitian culture is a big part of the diaspora in this country. Okay, but let's look at what this says about immigration, Haiti-related immigration. Political turmoil has significantly increased the possibility of a surge. So as a result, there's significant interest in the Haitian immigrant community currently residing in the U.S. So I love this fact sheet because it provides up-to-date socio-demographic profile of immigrants from Haiti. And the figures here, they tell us where that figures come from. The Center for Immigration Studies analysis of the Census Bureau's American Community Survey, ACS, monthly current population survey, and annual social and economic supplement of the current population survey. I think that's the thing that's done every year, because you know how the census broadly is done every 10 years. There's also a more detailed, I don't know if the detailed survey, but there's surveys done every year so that can be updated between each of the 10 years when you have the overall large census. Okay, so here's some basic Socio-demographic statistics about Haitian immigrants. Okay, there are 852,000 Haitian immigrants in the country as of February 2024, more than triple the number in 1990 and double the number in 2000. That's the Census Bureau's smaller but more up to date, okay, current population survey. Then the Census Bureau's much larger American Community Survey shows 727,000 Haitian immigrants, both legal and illegal, in the US in July 2022, up from 596,000 in 2010, 409,000 in 2000, and 224,000 in 1990. The top states where Haitian immigrants are settled based on the 2022 ACS are Florida. So 369,000 or 51% of Haitian immigrants are in Florida. 16% or 113,000 are in New York. 9% or 63,000 are in Massachusetts. 6% or 46,000 are in New Jersey. 4%, 28,000 are in Georgia, and 2%, 14,000 are in Connecticut. In February 2024, there were 689,000 US-born Americans who have at least one parent born in Haiti. Okay, I was saying I've met lots of people who have parents from Haiti. That's consistent with that. A total of 1.5 million people living in the US were either born in Haiti or have a parent born there. Let's see what else we got here. Of 852,000 foreign-born Haitians in the US, that's this number up here, right? Yeah, this is right here, the 852,000 overall number. Okay, so of that number, 68.7% were naturalized US citizens. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, so a large number of those, wow, that's a lot. 68, almost 70% were naturalized US citizens. So that means that they came here and they eventually became citizens, compared to 49.5% for the overall foreign-born population. So I think what that's saying is that if you look at all the overall foreign-born population in the United States as a whole, only 49.5% of them are naturalized citizens, whereas almost 70% of the the people who are foreign-born in this country and are Haitian, almost 70% are naturalized US citizens. So that means that a large percentage of them become US citizens. Okay, here we go. Between 2010 and 2022, 235,350 Haitians were given green cards. So that's permanent residents. And that doesn't include those who entered on a long-term temporary basis, such as guest workers and foreign students, nor does it include short-term visitors like tourists. Okay. Let's see, of those given permanent residence, 215,668 or 92%. So of this group that were given permanent residence, that's 235,350. So of that group, 92% of that group, or 215,668 people, were admitted under family-based immigration. Oh, interesting. So that would be immediate relatives of US citizens or family-sponsored preferences. Okay. Of Haitian immigrants, ages 25 to 64, 17% have not graduated from high school. 30.3% have only a high school degree. 30% have some college, and 22.6% have at least a college degree. This compares to 6.6%, 25.4%, 30.4%, and 36% for US-born Americans. Let's dig into that for a minute. Okay, so that would mean 6.6% of US-born Americans have not graduated from high school. whereas 17.1% of Haitian immigrants. So that there are definitely more Haitian immigrants who've not graduated from high school. 30.4% of US born Americans have only a high school degree, and 30.3% of Haitian immigrants. That's very similar then. Okay. Huh. And or no, I'm sorry. I missed one. 25.4% of US born Americans have only a high school degree. 30.3% of Haitian immigrants only have a high school degree. So the US born American population has about a 25, 30, about a 5% higher rate number of people who only have a high school degree. 30% have some college, that's of Haitian immigrants, and 30.4% of US born Americans have some college. So that's very similar. That's interesting. And 37.5% of US born Americans have a college degree, whereas 22.6% of Haitian immigrants have a college degree. So the percentage is quite a bit higher for US born Americans. Okay. In 2022, 36.2% of Haitian immigrants and their children lived in or near poverty, so 36.2, compared to 25.5% of US born Americans. Okay. So that's about a little over 10% more Haitian immigrants live in poverty as compared to US born Americans. And let's see, of households headed by Haitian immigrants, 52.7% use at least one major welfare program. For households headed by native born Americans, it's 28.4%. Okay. So that's saying, let's see, 28, 57. So that's quite a bit higher, that 52.7% use at least one major welfare program, whereas with US native born Americans, that number is 28.4%. Okay. And that I'm going to look at what they list here. Programs include temporary assistance to needy families, supplemental security income, supplemental national nutrition. So that would be food stamps, WIC, free subsidized lunch, public and subsidized housing, and Medicaid. Okay. Which kind of makes sense, especially if you look at if immigrants are coming into the country and becoming citizens and if you become a citizen but you haven't yet been able to overcome like some of the poverty issues, it would actually make sense that people would be in need of using, a welfare program. That's kind of how that works. Okay, and then the final thing they say here is the share of Haitian immigrant households that are in owner-occupied housing was 48% in 2022. That's pretty good, actually. That's a pretty good home ownership rate for a group, so 48%, which I think that's consistent subjectively with what I've heard too. A lot of Haitian people that I know do like buying a house as a goal of theirs. So that's something that people strive toward. And a lot of the Haitian people I know do own houses. Okay, for households headed by the US born, it was 67%. Okay, so that means US born folks, 67% own their own house, 48% of Haitian immigrants. So that's still a pretty high number. Okay, so I just want to share that. And then that's kind of context I think it's good to share the factual information, especially with kind of the craziness going on. So I want to talk a little bit about the craziness going on and the stuff they've been saying about the Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio. From the information that I've been able to find that was more like actual official fact-based information about what's going on, my understanding is that Springfield, Ohio had a lot of extra manufacturing jobs and we're looking for people to come and fill those jobs. And there were Haitian immigrants that were invited to come there and like get these jobs. And that often is how immigration works too. Like people do cluster in different areas. So like if people go into a certain area, then more people with similar background will come there if they're welcome there and want to come there. And this is legal immigration. It's not illegal immigrants. I'm like sick of hearing and seeing silly things on the internet saying they're illegal. It's not illegal. Some of them may be almost more of a not necessarily refugee status, but TPS, so temporarily protective status, which again means they came into the country because of issues. Like it could be related to how it says here on this report about political turmoil in Haiti. So a lot of these folks may be folks who left Haiti because of political turmoil, came to the US for refuge, for asylum, whatever word you want to use, and they went to this location because they were welcomed there. And from even stuff I've been seeing on the news from like the officials in the city, they are like fine, doing fine, working really hard and filling actually an economic negative situation that the town had. It sounded like there had been I read something that said there had been a lot of like even like a lot of addiction and things in that area, which caused a lot of people, not Haitian people, but other folks, to not be filling these jobs. So there were these jobs available. I mean, and that's just how the world works. That's how and that's how problems are often solved. You see, like, okay, there's this stuff going on in this other country, like Haiti. Here's political refugees that need somewhere to go. Oh, okay, in Springfield, Ohio, we have manufacturing jobs. We need to get them filled. Why don't you come here? It's not a bad thing. That's like how problems are often solved and new communities are like built and created. So that in and of itself is not a bad thing. So I just wanted to put that because that's my understanding of the bigger picture kind of issue and why there are a large number of Haitians living in that community. They were literally asked there and they are under TPS, temporary protective status, which means they are in the United States legally, at least at the moment. Now, eventually that might change. TPS is a particular kind of immigration program, temporary protective status, that is given to different groups at different times. Every president does that. It has nothing to do with who the president is or what party they are, or anything like that. It's a very common immigration phenomenon that takes place in this country. So that's kind of the broader context. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And hopefully this information has been useful and helpful. And yeah, I'm going to keep posting more videos with information and data. And, this just shows how everything's so interconnected. I talk a lot in especially on my blog, my Grant Geek Diva. It's actually at WordPress. If you look, grantgeekdiva.wordpress.com, that's where you can find my blog. But I like to talk about data in the context of governance more than politics. And actually, this is really governance more than politics. You can maybe hear the irritation in my voice, and because of the way that politics is interwoven. And, we live in a society where politics is part of the deal. I'm not avoiding that, but I think it's important that people do understand that there is a difference between governance and politics. And even this issue, really, in terms of what's really going on and what the real situation is, has more to do with governance, in that the way the United States is governed and how our immigration system works, how we live in a global society, and how things are done. It has to do with governance. It doesn't really have to do with politics. So let's just be clear about that. Anyway, like I said, I hope this is helpful. Hope everybody has a great day, and I'll be putting up some more videos very soon, I hope. And as the Grant Geek Diva always says, you don't have to get it perfect, but you do have to get it rolling. Bye now.